back to another exciting episode of Gaming 39. My name is Katuchorosho Matiza, and you know I'm your host. I'm never alone, never ever alone. I'm with my co-host Mario. Mario, we're back at it. What's up, bro?
What's happening, Gaming 39 world? We are back with another one. You know what it is. Never riding solo, my guy.
Man.
It's been a long layoff.
I did.
And 2 fixtures in one. Hey, that other game we crept up on us.
Yeah,
real
exactly.
quick.
So that's why we never dropped for you guys. But you know, we did post it. We did send some discussions on X for those that actually do follow us on X. But hopefully also the analysis. We gave a good lengthy analysis on strategy. So hopefully they were able to take advantage of that now.
Yeah, still future game weeks to come for them to dig into those strategies.
Yeah, but you ready for 28?
Let's get it, my guy. Let's get it.
I think the headlines for today is the injuries that we've seen in the past couple of games that have passed, also from just the FA Cup. We know that the FA Cup actually also affects players in the Premier League because those rules are sort of like in the same FA. Right? So who to replace Hall with, who to replace Cunha with, and who to replace Mateta if you are pretty much sitting in that space. I know that Mario has Cunha and you have a bit of a headache because of
Hall as well.
You also have Hall, exactly.
So some bad times for managers, but yeah, it's tough to see Cunha get that red card.
Yeah.
Hall to go off with that injury.
I celebrated it. I was saying earlier to the guys that I celebrated that red card because Cunha, yes, when you get on Cunha at the right time, you're gonna get rewarded.
So you could have just jumped onto him this coming game week and not been a hater. But it's okay, he's gonna be back. It's not a problem. It's a red card, it's not an injury.
How many games? Is it?
I think he misses 28, 29, 30. Yeah, it's actually quite a bit. Comes back in 31.
There's a lot. At that time, if you watched our previous episode, we spoke extensively.
And those are all the good fixtures.
All the good fixtures about the strategy. So you know that by after 29, most of us are going to be playing the wild card based on the strategy.
He misses out on Everton, Southampton, and West Ham. Oh my gosh. That's the ones I literally wanted.
Yeah.
And then it comes back for Ipswich, which, so could get there in Tottenham. But I mean, anything could be happening.
And there's Mateta now.
Mateta with that Undertaker high boot to the face. Yeah, that goalkeeper. So, I mean, that was reckless.
So he was also a player who's been on form. We've been speaking about him. I think we went to the details about Mateta. Maybe you'll see the stats that he's been returning almost each and every game week since we spoke about him almost 4 or 5 game weeks ago.
Yeah. So, some fans are even calling that for like a ban on that goalkeeper, like a 6 or 1 year.
I'm sure all FPL managers that have Mateta are also signing
that petition, definitely.
Yeah, hundreds. But yeah, that is the discussion. Let us know what you guys are thinking. As I said, we are on the socials, X, Instagram, YouTube, on the shorts, on our show here, on the main video. So you guys can just let us know your thoughts there. But Mario, let's get into it. Let's look at the results. Palace, regardless of the sad events of Mateta being injured, they win 4-1 against Aston Villa. I don't know if you got the chance to watch that game, but the form still continues for Crystal Palace.
Yeah, the form continues. We jumped off Sa. He decides that he wants to do something against Aston Villa.
And he sits joint top 3 as the voted king of the game week, rather highest scorers.
Oh, okay, for the game week. Mateta, of course, doing what he does best. Nketiah, it's been a slow start for his Crystal Palace career.
Yeah.
But he gets in with a goal there. He might be one to look at to replace Mateta with. He might get more minutes. Seeing as Mateta obviously got that high boot to the face, that Undertaker-like WrestleMania 30. I don't know if you'll get it for us. That high boot that they gave him. Hectic stuff. But great result for Crystal Palace. Aston Villa continue to be wishy, like the piano song says. They're not convincing. But
But I'd argue that a bit. That yes, I agree that they sort of like as a manager, they don't give you that much confidence. I had Digne, I got rid of Digne, and I say that because today they win, and then the next thing they're losing. Today they win, the next thing they're losing. Exactly. So now there's Asensio who's just scoring also.
It's a differential.
He's a differential, a massive differential from Real Madrid. So you also start thinking about such things that will I bring him in, and then the next thing, they fade away, and he plays in the Champions League as well. So that is also a tricky one for managers to navigate through in terms of.
But they did win last night. They won against Club Brugge.
He played.
And he played well. So yeah, it's one of those give or take situations. But they blank in 29.
Yeah.
And they play Brentford next, which is a difficult game. I'm sure some managers will be looking at Brentford, bring some Brentford players in as well.
Yeah.
For that 29, they have Bournemouth. So.
Yeah, I know we've dwelled on this fixture for a bit, but I need to admit this. I'm so jealous of you guys that have Munoz. Munoz has been delivering.
Come on, it's one of the most attacking forwards. I said this, I don't know how many, maybe even 10 game weeks ago. That's him and Robinson from
Munoz is
from Fulham.
Incredible.
Him and Robinson from Fulham have just even more attacking returns than Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah.
But yet, Trent obviously is picked ahead and he costs way more. But then, obviously, at that time, the clean sheets were also helping Liverpool. But if you want a clean sheet, get Konate.
Yeah.
Because
Shout out to you guys that got Munoz early and reaping the benefits. I think it's a good scout there.
But it was one of those set and forget.
Set and forget. And you love such players. You don't want to stress about having to sub too many players all the time. Chelsea 4, Southampton 0. But I'm sure this is going to hurt you, Mario. You captain Cole Palmer.
So did you, didn't you? And who did you call? Salah.
I told you that I'm not taking chances. The man is chasing top 3 in the all-time scorer.
Cole Palmer against that could have really hurt you. If you watched that, if you saw that game.
My guy.
If you saw that game.
My guy. I'm telling you that
you were going to be crying.
I think I said it on the show that my captaincy is on Salah. And I'm likely going to leave it on Salah because the man is chasing. And I'm not going to take chances.
Hey, my guy,
I'm not taking chances.
You can be chasing the sun. It's fine. Springbok.
So you can tell who's a Chelsea fan here.
No, it has nothing to do. For me, Salah, I even captained Salah against Man City. I captained them against many teams.
But in this case, did it not backfire?
It's one of those decisions. You have to live with it or you have to die with it. Because if you look at the game, we can somehow just get into that for now.
Yeah.
Pedro Neto returned and Nkunku, I believe, were the two highest returners for Chelsea with the goal and assist each. Cucurella probably as well with the clean sheet and the goal.
So yes, Colwell, who was on my bench? Cucurella.
Who was on your bench?
My guy. First, tell me, trust me. And I've scored below average.
How many points? 13.
14, I think.
Yeah,
I'm hurt. Let's not even talk about my assistant manager who gave me a 1.
Yeah, it would have been better you leave assistant manager and start Cole. I don't know, when does your assistant manager expire? Didn't you activate it?
Done. I only scored, I think I got 0 in the list. The most useless chip I've ever played. But you know what I encourage myself with? It's the first time. I didn't know how it worked.
Don't use such excuses.
It's the first time.
I didn't use it because I explained to you that, my guy, this thing once when you know when I was going to use it? Now, on Wolves.
Yeah.
I promise you, if Cunha didn't get injured, now, going into this Everton, Southampton and West Ham, I'm telling you, with Cunha,
my assistant manager, if anyone can relate, I'd like to hear in the comments, guys. I don't want to cry alone. But yes, last game week, I'm like, no, Bournemouth can do something. And I'm looking at what, I don't even know how I came to this decision because I think they were playing Brighton.
Madness just charged the team. Then, what was it? Southampton 4-0.
And then I'm looking at that fixture and I look at the score and I'm like, Mara, where's Brentford? Oh, no, Brentford are there. Brighton are there. And Brighton are doing well. I think that's Brighton that chowed them. And I look at my assistant manager, 0. Yo. I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you must just leave things. If I just left this on Unai, I would have scored so many more points with
because they beat Chelsea.
Yeah.
And they beat Chelsea.
But anyway, we live and learn. As you said, it's one of those things you live and learn, right? But Mario, yes, you're still talking about Chelsea. Maybe
Cole Palmer could have scored a hat-trick then. Neto, Nkunku, I like.
Yes.
But then it's Southampton, so I don't I take that game with a little bit of salt. Yeah. So I'm not gonna give it more props than it should. Chelsea did what they were supposed to do. The same thing Brighton did before them. I mean, Southampton is the worst team in football. Yeah. I mean, even if you see some of those goals, they literally gave Chelsea. So Chelsea get a confidence. Correct. They get a performance, and they get a race, with the FA Cup. So I guess maybe they come back, they beat Leicester. Yeah. Then maybe they can start rolling towards the end of the season. But yeah, I don't take much from it other than Cole Palmer should have scored a hat-trick. He said he'll be back, so I expect him in the Leicester game to come all guns blazing.
All right. Man United 3-2 against Ipswich. Apparently this game was not an easy one. It was not an obvious one.
It wasn't. They were catching hands at some point.
Apparently it was not an easy game.
They were catching hands at some point.
I think I watched highlights. At some point they were 2-0 down. Or was it 2-1?
2-1.
Not 2-0. They were never 2 goals down.
I remember it being 2-1 down. I don't remember it being 2. Because I remember they came back and then it was 2-2. And then they scored at the end, even though they had the red card. Yeah. So, they saved themselves some huge embarrassment.
So, they got 2 own goals.
Actually, they were winning 2-0.
No, the guys scored a goal and probably an own goal.
They were winning. They were winning 2. They were losing 1-0, sorry, actually, when I saw the score. Yeah. And then they came back, and then it was like, okay, they are winning. And then Ipswich came just before the end of the half. And then put hands on them. And I was like, but Manchester United. And they had a red card going into the second half. So it was 2-2 with the red card. That's what made it sketchy. I was like, Man United is cooked. But they're lucky enough, Maguire saved them again. Who would have ever thought?
Big Maguire.
Who would have ever thought?
Big Maguire coming
Maguire
through.
would have been the savior of Manchester United so many times. But he saved them again. They take the 3 points. Emeron, I don't know what you're doing, my guy. I mean, this is the worst Manchester United I've ever seen since I started watching the Barclays Premier League in 2004, 2005. It was atrocious. I mean, I hated United like I hated Arsenal. But now I pity them.
Yeah, no, you start feeling soft.
Hey, I never thought I'd see the day.
Anyway, Nottingham draws with Arsenal. I think this probably is the nail to the coffin for Arsenal. Anyone who still had hope.
Bowen is the header.
This is the hope that kills. To all the Gunners out there.
I think they say they're focusing on Champions League. I think what did they win? 6-1 or 7-1?
I saw the scoreline this morning.
7-1 against PSV. So they're gonna win the Champions League. Arsenal alone, don't worry, they're gonna win the Champions League. But there's this meme where the guy's like he's standing in a line and then someone comes and it's like, no, go ahead. I prefer being second. And then he's sitting there because he's talking to a girl. Another guy comes. Says, no, go ahead. I prefer being second. Gives him space. Yeah. So like that's they say in that meme that's Arsenal.
That's Arsenal.
They prefer being second. So I mean, Bowen is just assisting them in achieving that goal, which is second. So it's okay. Maybe they'll win the Champions League as their fans are saying. We'll see.
But you chowed them, Mario.
Of course.
You had Ryan and Gabriel there.
Been doubling up on the defense. One thing about Arsenal, they'll give you a clean sheet. They'll give you a clean sheet here and there, and then sometimes they'll let Bowen score a header.
And then it all goes to shambles.
You got to roll with the punches, I guess. But
all right, and then Spurs. Spurs are losing 1-0. 1-0 to Manchester City. Yeah. Haaland scores. I was listening to a podcast earlier while I was driving back today. The gents from Always Cheating. Shout out to you guys, by the way. And I think the one guy was quite celebratory about Haaland scoring. And it got me thinking that actually there's still people that have Haaland in their team.
A lot. I think almost more than 50%, isn't it?
That is insane.
If I'm not mistaken.
Like, no, man.
How much
26%.
How?
I mean, the numbers don't lie.
26?
Women lie, but Men lie,
Women
numbers
lie,
don't
but
lie.
my numbers don't lie.
26%
Oh my
ownership.
gosh, I haven't looked at Haaland in so long. It's like become such a non-factor in FPL. It's just something I never thought I'd ever say, but yeah, I never thought it'd ever be a non-factor, but this is actually quite scary. 20-something
20
percent
something
for
percent.
the Android.
So
I mean, that's almost differential levels.
So I think it's sort of like surprising you, but as I said, to me, my reaction was, wait, what? Haaland in your team? Hey, you have money, Mr. Waste. Just putting Haaland, who hasn't been doing anything. There's so many players. Isak is there. You have the likes of Gakpo that have been. Cunha is there. Wood is there. The market is
I haven't
wild. Like
owned,
it's
I
cheap.
haven't
It's so
owned
cheap.
Wood the whole season, funny enough. The whole bloody
How are
season.
you getting? Amaret explains it. What position are you in? What position are you in?
Very funny. But they play Man City, Ipswich, Man United, Aston Villa. Hey, actually, not too bad.
Oh, is this the Manchester City?
No, Nottingham Forest. This
Nottingham.
next couple of fixtures. I might bring in Wood for what's his name.
Wait, before we move on to Wood, let's finish the Spurs fixture game. Yeah, I don't know if there's any manager who's still invested really in Spurs. I've been seeing Son here and there, but to be honest, I think we can release Spurs right now, unless they probably have like a resurgence towards the end. But what are your thoughts on that?
I think we release Spurs, we release Manchester United. Let them go home. They're sick. It's like that child at school that the parents just forced to go to school because there's no one at home to take care of that child. Let your kids go. Let your kids stay at home. This stuff of letting your kids come to school and give our kids flu is not right. Let Manchester United and Tottenham stay home. And they'll see the league.
Just don't waste your transfers unless you probably want to put down on a bench in order to preserve funds. But now it's not even the time because bench boosting is around the corner.
Yes.
Player rotations is happening. It's really not the time. So yeah, you heard it at Game Week 39 podcast. But Liverpool against Newcastle, we corrected the wrong that we did when we were playing away when Keller allowed that last minute equalizer from Newcastle. We want to.
I'm not a Liverpool fan, Kat. I don't remember that.
I don't remember that. Yeah. But you have Salah. Liverpool 2-0 against Newcastle. Soboslai and McAllister, they come into the goals there, but some familiar names there, Luis Diaz and Salah assisting the goals. You didn't have Salah as your captain. I'm sure you were just hoping that it doesn't do more than that.
Konate was there to give me 6 points, so I can live with it. And for all I know, Newcastle deserved that draw. That they got back in that game. Who knows? You could sell me dreams. But anyway.
How did they deserve it?
That last minute equalizer.
How did they deserve it?
As if there was no pressure, but I don't know.
What pressure? Because that was a simple catch that Akele was supposed to catch.
I mean, it's all the shots that he was...
And waste an additional 30 seconds.
It was all the shots he was saving.
And then get a yellow card, and then the game was over. But
it's all the shots he's been saving the whole day.
Anyway.
But anyway, 2-0 Liverpool, yeah. I expected Isak and the gang to put up a little bit more of a fight. But yeah, it's understandable. The champions elect. Yeah. You go into their home, they're gonna try and put hands on you. Disappointed Salah didn't score, but actually kind of happy now. Because I thought Palmer was going to return, so I wouldn't be mad if Salah returned as well. But seeing as he didn't, the assist is good enough. He can return next game week.
You spoke about Bowen earlier. West Ham 2-0 against Leicester City. I don't think it's a surprising scoreline. I think who's the new manager from Chelsea?
From Chelsea?
Former Chelsea manager.
Potter.
Graham Potter has been doing well in terms of transforming West Ham. Looking at where they were before his arrival, they're getting some points, but it is Leicester. I mean, we always look at this result with a pinch of, pinch of salt because Leicester are going down. But your thoughts, Bowen, is he someone that you're gonna, or rather just the whole West Ham outfit? Are the players that you're looking at there?
Probably not. Yeah. They play Everton. Everton is, like we said in our previous podcast, they were on a 5-1 in their last 5. So that was a difficult game. Woes, if Cunha was there, they were probably gonna lose it. Bournemouth. It's a tough out for anyone. Then they play Liverpool. Then they have a possible double game week in 33. Ish. But it's not convincing enough for me. Maybe just for the sake of the fact that they don't blank in 29 and they play Wolves in 30, you can bring him in, just knowing that you have those two fixtures to bargain with before you let him go for that Bournemouth Liverpool. But then Southampton in a possible double. So 33, he's in the running. That header against Arsenal, I got him out of the league.
Yeah.
And these goals against Leicester warrant him a good looking at. Right. You can just check the cost with him.
All right. You heard. I hope managers, you can decide going forward what your thoughts are with the West Ham. But Mario, let's look at the green arrows. Green arrows, red arrows, neutrals. How are things looking on your side? I think everything is red on my side.
I believe the same thing on mine.
Actually, red and just a few neutrals. I scored below average.
How much did you score?
I scored 46.
Did you take any minuses?
I took a -4. -4 for the stupid assistant manager, and another minus to bring in a defender. I brought in.
You took how many minuses?
Sorry, no. I made 2 transfers, so I took 1 -4. But I brought in a Nuri. And I was getting rid of...
Against Fulham.
Listen. My decision behind bringing Nuri
is for future fixtures, I'm guessing.
It's future fixtures, but also I had an issue. The fact that Digne seemed as if he's now threatened with rotations. And I said this to you.
And he's blanking in 29.
And he's blanking. And I said this, and I'm busy releasing players because I'm preparing for 29 as well. So it's always been part of my plans in terms of the strategy that I'm playing with my chip strategy. I think for those of you that watched the previous episode, I did specify the strategy that I'm going with and my game plan building up to 29. But I brought in Ointnuri for Digne. And the fact that Colwell, for me, was a problem because he was not starting regularly. As I said, I'm not a Chelsea fan. I'm not paying too much attention to Cole. When I look at a player...
But an FPL player.
Yes, and I've been benching him.
When Konate was injured and when he came back.
I've been benching him. And then I'm thinking, I'm running out of players. And if Digne gets rotated, I'd rather take my chances and play Nuri. And hopefully maybe I'll be able to get some points.
Then you took a -4. When you could have just left it and put Colwell in your team and then... That's 18 points that you parted with just for that one
100%.
decision.
So you can imagine how gutted I was.
18 points. That would put you on 60.
Right now, I've been struggling to break my game week 2 ranking. My game week 2, I stand to be corrected, I'll check. But my highest ranking this season has been just into the, I think, 2.1 million. Yeah, top 2.1 million. That has been my highest ranking. As I said, I stand to be corrected. I'll have a look. Ever since I've come down from that, I just get so close and then something pulls me down. Get so close and pulls me down. This is the closest I've ever got. And then an arrow came down. So below average. So I was quite disappointed. Very disappointed. But you said red arrows on your side as well, man.
Yeah, I scored 50. Okay. Didn't make any transfers.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see the point. I didn't see anything that moves the needle for me.
Yeah.
Although I could have gambled on bringing in some Chelsea asset, maybe a Cucurella or something. I didn't think it necessary because of the defenders I already had. Being proven right, Konate kept a clean sheet. Yeah. Gabriel kept a clean sheet.
Did you well, actually. I think
Muniz returned as well. So,
but it was a fun line. I mean, it just takes one goal from Chris Wood and things flip. You lose points from Raya, you lose points from Gabriel. I get points from Wood, and you get nothing. So can you see how the margins in FPL are?
I don't see that happening. I honestly thought if this game is gonna be a 0-0. That's how I saw it. I thought maybe if Arsenal were lucky, because Nottingham Forest haven't been in the best form, to be honest with you. They went down
But Wood does not need to be in the best form. He can slot in a 2-1 and then they lose. But he's in the goal.
I was thinking more it would be a difficult game, a tense game. 0-0, maybe Arsenal steal it at the end with a goal. But they don't have attackers. They're playing freaking Mikel Merino as striker. Yeah. And I mean, it's kids all across the board.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what the gamble paid off.
Yeah.
Who can complain?
All right. Like I said, I scored 46, below average. Mario, you scored 50. I think that's also below average because the average for this game week was 53. So a terrible game week for us. But yeah, we move on. So standout players. Earlier, I think we were on record, unless you're saying this off record. But Ismail Sarr, we shipped him out, and then all of a sudden he comes onto the points. 15 points. I'm just gonna confirm if he's voted king of the game week because there were 15 players. Sorry, the 3 players that all scored the same points. So Kukurea gets king of the game week, but Kukurea 15 points. He scored a goal and a clean sheet. He's valued at 5.1 million with an ownership of 7.6%. And then Ismail Sarr, as we said, 15 points as well. He scored 2 goals, 5.5 million, 2.4% of managers owned him. We were one of those that made that number. And
for the longest bloody time.
For the longest time.
What a freaking waste.
We should have done the opposite, gone for Mateta and not even considered Ismail Sarr.
I would have seen Ismail now. But anyway,
look at that 2.4 that is smiling now.
Ismail is smiling.
And then Jaden, 15 points. He scored 2 goals. Who the heck is Jaden? Never heard of this guy. Jaden from where? From Leicester, Ipswich. Okay. Jaden, he doesn't even have a picture here on. I'm like, who's this guy? We've never even spoken about him on FPL. He has a 0.1% ownership.
The only Jaden I know is Jaden Sancho.
That's the only Jaden we know in the Premier League. So he scored 2 goals, 0.1%. Watch transfers. People bring in Jaden. Those Autobots, we see you.
Autobots,
Decepticons. And then they drop the market price up.
bloody Transformers.
No. Right. But that is the standard players. Maybe for managers that did not watch the previous episode, just a highlight. We're just gonna skim through this. We gave away 3 cheap strategies that managers can follow. We're not gonna go into details, but would recommend that you go watch the previous episode. We also dropped some reels both on Instagram and also on YouTube, where you can also get some highlights of the things that we discussed there. But the strategies are there. We're gonna put them up again on our socials when this goes on. So we're gonna put the strategies up on the socials so that you guys can also just have a reminder, because the strategies go for a couple of game weeks. So you can still pivot if you want to pivot. I think some of them do allow you to still pivot. There were 3 strategies that we gave out there. And the one is called the balanced strategy, which is strategy number 1, the quick fix strategy, which is strategy number 2, and it was the no wildcard strategy. So it's just been 2 games in, so you can just eliminate that, see if they still fit your needs, and then you can work with those managers. So make sure to go and watch our previous episode. You're gonna love it. Probably one of the best shows that we've done this season. One of the most informative. In terms of the homework that we did there for you guys. But yeah, Mario, the upcoming game week, as you said, this week's just coming thick and faster. So we have game week 28 creeping up on us. I have Nottingham versus Manchester City. I have Liverpool and Southampton, and I have United versus Arsenal. I don't know which one you want to start discussing, and maybe any other fixture that is, exciting.
Yeah, I feel like Liverpool and Southampton goes without saying.
Yeah.
I think some people might even play triple captain on Salah there. I mean, to even have to talk about captaincy at the end of this show, I think it's quite obvious.
People want to go different.
Where 100% of managers.
Speaking of, do we have to even speak about it? It's Ramadan, isn't it now?
Oh,
And there was a reference again on always cheating. As I said, I was listening to it on my way here, or rather coming back from work, and I think the guys also indicated something around Salah probably having not played something around those numbers. We'll have to go back. I think we can just post it on the socials. Things to consider, but
yes. Ramadan, no Ramadan. Salah hat-trick.
Yeah.
Listen to what I'm saying. Ramadan, no Ramadan. Salah hat-trick. I'm telling
Sounds
you.
like a Liverpool fan.
I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I mean, some things are serious. Some things you don't even need to. You don't even need to consider.
Hundreds.
So I mean, I see. Come on, that might even be 8. If I'm thinking about it in a logical sense. If Chelsea can beat Southampton 4, Liverpool can surely beat them 8.
And Gakpo is back.
You see. So, but then that's still.
I can't recall if we have any injuries right now. So it's a very
you guys
good
are cruising to the title. But anyway, other than Liverpool, I'm not even gonna discuss Liverpool. Like I mean, if you guys need tutoring on why you should have 3 Liverpool, okay, maybe you should have 3 Liverpool assets and that's what they blank. Unless you tend on playing your free hit on game week 29.
Correct.
But I can't teach you everything, guys. I can't teach you everything. No, sometimes you come here. No, sometimes you come here.
I mean, the levels of managers, the levels of managers that watch our show vary. If you look at our numbers, we have all ages that are watching. So,
but I mean,
so we need to also.
I mean, at some point, you must also just come for the jokes. There's some things that you say, guys, I didn't know that, but hey, come on, guys, that one is obvious. Water is wet. Fish swim.
Fire will
the sky is blue. Fire will burn you. Stoves are not always on 6. But you know what I'm saying. Can't teach you everything. There's Chelsea and Leicester, which I like a lot. Vice captain probably Palmer for me. If he's gonna fight the good fight like he promised us. Crystal Palace, Ipswich. No Mateta, but I think the boys can still get the job done. Ismail Issa is
Munoz with a clean sheet.
Come on. I don't know about clean sheet, but Munoz
probably with an assist
or a goal. He's always ready for either. It's just unfortunate. The teams with good fixtures, 2 of the teams that I just mentioned with good fixtures blank in 29. So it would be counterproductive to bring in 1 or 2 or 3 of those players when they have to blank. But for if you have them already, or if you have a good bench, or your numbers are looking good, you can bring in 1 or 2. But yeah, I would have singled out Wolves and Everton. Would have been an interesting game, but no Cunha, no hope. Arsenal might give Man United 5, and I hate Arsenal.
So United might get 5.
United.
Yeah.
Did you see what Ipswich nearly did to them? Hey, man, they were breathing through the wound.
United.
You remember that 8-2 that Jesse Lingard was even moonwalking there at Emirates, and then even put in the pin, and it's like it's like my dance floor. If I can find that, I'll send it to you. I hope you put it up. 8-2 moonwalking on the Emirates. Location pin, my dance floor.
So at home, you think United could get 8?
They did it. Are you not listening to what I'm saying? Jesse Lingard, 8-2, moonwalked on Emirates soil, moonwalking after 8-2. And
what better time?
And you know what he tagged? He didn't tag it and say London, North London, no Emirates Stadium. He said my dance floor. You think they can just let that go? But then again, Arsenal doesn't have much pride. What am I to say? And if they do have any semblance of pride, they better put hands on Manchester United. So they don't have strikers at the moment, but Man United are scoring themselves at some point. So yeah, I think it might be a heavy one-sided victory for Arsenal.
Good for you guys who have doubled up on Arsenal at the back.
Yeah, great for us.
Possibilities that Zig might just
Zig. It must just be zigzag. It must just be zigzag. You must just stick to producing rolling paper. Because, it's like it's high most of the time when he's playing. Loses the ball like no one's business. But yeah, those are the fixtures that stand out. Bournemouth, if they're happy, they could give Tottenham a heavy defeat. Hey, I see a lot of. I gave up gambling for land.
So you're saying Otara could eat there?
Otara Semenyo inside Semenyo Grove.
Yeah.
Semenyo will be in his groove, my guy. For those who remember Salim Martinez, SABC one shout out.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
But back in the day. But yeah, Semenyo will be in his Semenyo groove, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I think those are the fixtures that stand out for me. Isak as well against West Ham is not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the players, those are the fixtures.
All right. As you heard, we're not really going to get into too much detail with captaincy. I think if you're gonna go against Salah, West team against the best team in the Premier League, you are
the West team in the Premier League. West team in football, my
West
guy.
team in football against
West
the best team right
in the
now.
top 5, maybe even in the top 10, maybe even in that.
So we'll
in
see.
That Fabrizio Romano, not Fabrizio, FTBL football. I don't know if they're sponsored by Cristiano Ronaldo. Go and post something that says top 60. They say all 64 leagues in the world goals since Ronaldo joined Al Nassr, and is top goal scorer when they include all 64 leagues in the world. I will include Southampton in all 64 leagues in the world. They might be the West team football. They might come here to South Africa. They might go to old Peter Mukawa and catch hands at Skukune. Skukune could put hands on Southampton. I don't even talk about Sundowns. Sundowns could give them 4 or 5. Ribeiro.
Southampton. All right.
Disrespect is real, but it's true.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We still love you guys. Please don't cancel us.
With all 5 of their fans.
We should put disclaimers there that
all 5 of their fans can boycott us. It's fine.
All right. So yeah, you guys heard. Maybe a quick show and tell. I don't know how your team is looking, Mario. Have you put it together? Do you wanna show our viewers what you are currently plotting? Any possibilities of transfers that you could make? Maybe just walk us through your team from the goalkeeper all the way to your strikers.
I'll look at the FFQ because I haven't really set up my team like that.
Okay.
AI generated wildcard. If you're at wildcard, this is what they'd say you should wildcard to. Jurgensen for Chelsea.
Yeah.
In goal. Alexander Arnold against Southampton, no surprise. Muniz against Ipswich, no surprise. Gabriel against Man United, no surprise. I mean, these guys could all get clean sheets and goals in this game. All of them. Even the keeper against Leicester. I mean, it's the worst teams in football. Leicester, Southampton, Ipswich, and Manchester United.
Yeah.
Worst teams in football. What more do you want? And then captain, Mohamed Salah against Southampton. Vice captain, Cole Palmer against Leicester. I could give you guys the predicted points as well for the captain. 9.8. FFQ shout out. 7.7 for Palmer. Nkunku is in there with the 5.9. Semenyo Groove. 4.8 against Tottenham. I just said. What did I just say? Tottenham could catch hands. Isak, like I said, could give West Ham some nice hands.
Yep.
Wisa against Villa. So I mentioned that earlier on with Brighton. Wood against Manchester City. You actually mentioned that. Shout out. Rounds of the starting 11 predicted by AI.
All right.
To score the most points this game week.
All right, you heard. That is AI. We're also going to put up Mario's team right now as it is on the screen right now, and then we shall see how close his team is to that AI prediction. But I'm also just going to run through my team currently as it is and also going to compare it with the AI and probably review what the AI did and what our teams scored. Maybe. I think that would be
next
game week. So do check that out. But on my goalkeeping department, I'm gonna play Raya against Manchester United away. I have Sales on my bench, but he's playing Manchester City, so I'd rather take my chances with Manchester United, even though they're playing away. I'll bring in Colwell. I was heartbroken by the fact that I put him on the bench, and then he got some good points. But now he goes, or rather, he welcomes Leicester City at the Bridge. So I'm gonna throw in Colwell there, and then I'll have Mikolenko from Everton. He plays Wolves, but I also have Ointnuri right now. My team is not final, by the way, and he also plays Everton. So the two are playing against each other. Who knows? It could be a draw, or maybe the one could suffer. But I'm hoping that a draw for me would be a great result. And then I have Mbuemo, who's playing Aston Villa at home. I don't know if I am going to, as I said, I haven't really put too much thought into my team. But currently, this is how it is. I have Mitoma, who has a triangle, but it's a 25% chance of playing. I think at the time of recording, sorry, 75% chance of playing with a knee injury. So I'm just going to monitor that, see how that goes. But he plays Fulham also at home. They've been doing well, Brighton. So I would not be surprised, or rather, I'm expecting him to at least be in the scoreline. And then there's obviously Salah as my captain. Mario did mention the likes of other managers possibly triple captaining. So it is definitely a fixture that is quite tempting. But that is Salah currently with the armband. So if I was to lose my account, we know so many managers, Shaky Warrior season, who tell us that they lost their account. I'll be fine for this game. And then I'll find my password again next week. And then Kopama, vice captain, who's playing Leicester City, as we said. They welcome Leicester at the Bridge. And then Chris Wood, we saw the AI did also say that regardless of the fixture, the FDR could say something else, but Chris Wood has shown us this season that he is fixture proof. So I have Chris Wood there, and I don't see Chris Wood coming out of that front line. And then I have Alexander Isak. He's been amazing. He scores goals for fun, and he's playing West Ham away. So another fixture which I would be a bit surprised if Isak did not score a goal there, because he's also competing and challenging for the Golden Boot along with Salah and the likes. And then I have Cody Gakpo, who was injured. Cody Gakpo was out for a few games, but we saw him, slowly getting back into the team for Liverpool as a sub. And then, without a shadow of doubt, I believe that he could play this game, given the fact that we also have we have a blank game week that is following after this. So Cody Gakpo could go out there, stretch some legs, get some goals, because we're gonna be off for a bit. But we also don't know. But I'm hoping that he does play and he scores big. So that is my starting 11. My bench currently, I have Otara, who's my first sub. I have Milenkovic, who's my second sub. And I have Kwanzaa, who I'm likely going to ship out soon, because the next game week there's a blank, and I have 3 Liverpool players, and there's some players that I want to bring down, and that's Isak, Salah, and Gakpo. I want to take them down my bench, and then I'll need to find a player who's going to fill the other missing 11th position. So Kwanzaa is going to definitely take the transfer this game week. And yeah, that's my team. Let's see how it performs against the AI going into after this game. And yeah, Mario, I think maybe let's just have a look at our league, how things are standing. Petro is leading. He seems to have climbed. I cannot recall exactly from which position he was before this, but Petro is leading. He scored 78 points this past game week. 78 points. The average was 53.
Yeah, did well. 25 above. 25 above average.
Guess what? He's joint equal with JP. So both sitting on 1,867 points. So Petro, JP, shout out, you guys are literally going,
head to
head there. And the only reason Petro is on top is because he scored 78.
What's up with these guys from Cape Town and FPR? Kyle, they in third as well. Neil, former champion in fifth. Ryan, Formulan, always been. What is it? Is it something in the water there in Cape Town?
I need to come back, guys. I need to come back and visit you guys, because ever since I left Cape Town, things haven't been good.
Even in
ever since I was spanking that. I've come back, things haven't been doing well. So I need to come back. But shout out to you guys down there. You guys are literally flying the flag. But we have Moteo just around here. Moteo, he's
local
also
boy,
at fourth,
representing her thing.
You know what I'm saying? And
for the rose in between the thorns.
Hey man, but he's literally outnumbered up there. Yeah? Neil is just right behind him.
And then Ryan as well.
Faisal with Abby. Shout out gents back in Cape Town. I need to come pay you guys a visit.
Keegan runs it. Is it literally
Shout out
Cape Town,
fellow
the whole
Liverpool
top 10.
supporter. So I have my Liverpool supporters. They're not shout out.
Is
Shout out, guys.
it did Pedo change his name? I'm looking for Pedo. I haven't seen Pedo in a while. Yeah, probably. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. No, I'm playing Pedo.
Hey man, we have Dixon. Dixon is also representing 012. Dixon is right there, 13th.
Oh, when did Dixon get to 13? This guy is not this guy. When did you get to 13?
No. We know that Dixon's tactics, all the tactics are coming from Game 39.
That is probably a guarantee.
So without a shadow of doubt,
he listens to what I say and then I don't do it and then he goes on.
That's literally what he said. So Dixon, shout out to you. You've been fighting.
So did Pedo really change his name?
Probably did. He probably did, but we need to call it Mario.
No man. Pedo! Shout out Pedo FC 27. My nigga still in the league. Pedo.
Free my nigga Pedo.
Free my nigga Pedo. Get free my nigga Pedo. Free my nigga Pedo. Hey, it's a good number of positions ahead of me.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know if you should change your name. You think it's in that?
Maybe I must change my name to something.
All right. But yeah, guys, Game Week 28 is around the corner, so I hope you guys are ready for it. And make sure to, set your teams. As we said, you saw our teams, you saw the lineups, you heard what Maria said about the AI team that's possibly going to score the most points. So make sure that you're there. Those that are playing triple captains, most of us still have our chips. But hopefully on my side, nothing, the assistant manager is not setting the tone for the remainder of my chips that I'm going to play. But yeah, you guys, know that we're available on YouTube. We drop first on YouTube and then we go on the audio. We are on all the social media platforms. So Instagram, you're gonna see us. YouTube, Reels, Shorts. What do they call them? Shorts. We're there.
Hey, don't show your age.
X, Facebook. Do they call them Reels on Facebook? What do they call them? Videos. They probably call them videos. Reels.
Yeah, now I'm showing my age.
Now you're showing
don't even have
When last did you log into Facebook?
Facebook? Yeah. Come on. Facebook is a common app. No.
When last did you log into Facebook?
Today, probably.
Really? Sure. I haven't logged into. I haven't posted. I don't know since I don't know when. But anyway, as I said, let's not show.
We still want you to sponsor Zach. My guy Zach.
Yeah, and on Twitter, by the way. So we there. We always say this: bring any manager who thinks he's better than our managers in Game Week 39. This is the toughest mini league in the country. As I said, bring any manager. You saw our number one. We want that manager to come here. Yeah, we want to see a new name up there. There's no name. All the guys that are up there, we know them. They've been here. They've been on this pod.
Come save us from this Cape Townian, this 27th.
We need someone to rise from different province, by the way. Yeah. Non-Western Cape managers.
Exactly.
Show that we also have an ocean in Limpopo.
Nandoni.
Yeah, we have an ocean. Nandoni. Come on, guys. Come on.
If you didn't know. Nandoni waterfront.
Pindu is fighting.
Right up the with VNA waterfront. I mean, come on.
We also have a front.
We also have a front.
But yeah, guys. If you know anyone, any manager who thinks is better than our managers, tell them to come here. And you can send this snippet to them. But yeah, the deadline is this Saturday, the 8th. So yeah, man, managers, 1 o'clock. Make sure your teams are sorted. Mario, let's close.
Yeah, like I always say, keep your eyes on the numbers. We give you the chip strategies, the double game weeks, the predicted points. We got FFHQ in the building. They're not sponsoring us, but we still shout them out. But yeah, like I always say, what it is. Men lie, women lie, but numbers never lie, baby.
Numbers never lie. You heard. We shall catch you guys in the next episode. We out.